going on, everybody? This is Honest Abe with your weekly news report. We're going to talk about a couple stories that you won't really hear about in the media. First up, we have the Ben Roethlisberger rape case. I fuck with Big Ben. I can't front. Nice quarterback and all that. But what happened was, chick accused him of rape. He admitted they had consensual sex. And she's claiming that he raped her. Now ESPN, they're not reporting on it. They say they don't report on civil cases. But Marvin Harrison had a civil case. They reported on that shit. Pac-Man Jones had a civil case also. And they reported on that shit. What you pretty much got is a chick claiming rape and the dude saying it's consensual. It sounds kind of like the Kobe Bryant case a little bit, but they're not covering that shit. Like ESPN, no debates, no Skip Bayless, none of that shit. So, I just thought that was kind of crazy. So we're going to put that out there. Next up, we got the Rick Pitino case. Rick Pitino is the Louisville coach, He's a legend in the game, most definitely. But what happened with Rick, he cheated on his wife, got the bitch pregnant, and then he had to pay $3,000 for the abortion, And this happened about, I guess, a month ago or so. And you won't hear nothing about that in the news either. You know what I mean? But funny part, when Steve McNair died, I was watching Mike and Mike, I believe it was. And these niggas was like, the fact that McNair cheated on his wife is going to taint, his football legacy. And then they turned right around with the Pitino shit, and they said that if Pitino was recruiting their kid, it wouldn't really bother him what Pitino did. You know what I mean? So the shit McNair did, cheating on his wife, that's going to fuck his legacy up. But Pitino cheating on his wife and the abortion joint, he's good, you know what I mean? I just thought that was kind of crazy, And no pro-life cats came out against him, none of that shit, not that I've seen, personally. So I just thought that was a little bit crazy also. And next up, you got a hockey player, Patrick Kane, I believe his name is. This motherfucker beat up and robbed a cab driver. You didn't know that shit, huh? This is about a month and a half ago. You don't hear none of this on the news. You know what I mean? The nigga beat up a cab driver and robbed the guy too. He got paid last year $875,000. And he beat up and robbed the cab driver. Nobody's reporting on it. Nobody cares. You know what I mean? I just thought that was kind of crazy too. And next up, we got the Mike Vick case. You know what I mean? Had to throw my nigga Vick in there. He just got out of prison, a 2-year sentence on some dog fighting shit, And Vick, he bankrolled the dog fighting ring, you know what I mean? But looking at the people and shit, you wouldn't really think that. Let's say I bankrolled a liquor store, you know what I mean? I'm not going to be working in that bitch on the daily. I bankrolled it. This nigga wasn't playing games by day and fighting dogs at night, you know what I mean? It just wasn't the case. But mad protests, they trying not to sell his jersey, a bunch of extra shit, Young black millionaire, so it's crazy. But something I bet you didn't know. How many dogs did Peter kill last year? And these are the people who protested against him. Peter killed 2,211 dogs last year. You know what I mean? It's probably a little more than the dog fighting ring, but they got to protest. I feel them. And next up, we got the President Obama. You know what I mean? It's my nigga. But he's having, at the town hall meetings, you got people bringing guns. Like, I ain't talking little guns. These niggas got automatic weapons, you know what I mean? At the town hall meetings where they talking about health care and other policies, that affect people's lives. So, they're bringing guns and shit and no cops are stopping them. None of that. But I think that's what normally happens at the president's town hall meeting. No, I don't. But I could feel them though. I just recently had a PTA meeting, at my son's school. And they were talking about things that affect my everyday life, like the schedule daily and the calendar year, as far as what time I'm going to get up, how long my son's going to be in school, So I decided to take my gun to the PTA meeting, but the cops wouldn't let me do that shit, But maybe PTA is a little more important, you know, than the presidential kind of meeting. But I just thought that was crazy. And then you got the pastor in Arizona, and you know, this guy's in the house of God, and he's preaching that the president should die and go to hell. You know what I mean? So not just die, but after he's dead, you know, he should burn forever. You know what I mean? This is what the guy is preaching. You know, Arizona pastor guy. Now, even when Bush was in office, with all the shit that he fucked up, you know what I mean? We can be honest. We can all agree on that. Bush kind of, you know, fucked up a lot of shit. And when he was there, no preachers, you know, were preaching that this guy should die or go to hell. People just wanted him out of office, you know. That's really it. And Bush was a C student. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. But if that Arizona shit is not racist, I really don't know what is. You know what I mean? I guess you can be mad at his policies. I guess to the point to where you want to murder him. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just crazy though. You know what I mean? I can't knock him on the racist shit. You know, I'm racist too. I feel like, you know, if you're born in America, you watch TV, you listen to music, you're a racist. You know what I mean? You might as well admit it. The big thing for me is just, you know, don't let it affect the way you treat people. You know what I mean? And now we're going to move on to the hip-hop world. Something I saw that I thought was kind of funny. Lil Mama had to apologize for some statements she made to a transgressional, you know. And this is her statement, though. This is the funny shit. Lil Mama was like, if you're going to be a woman, act like a lady. You know what I mean? I just thought that was you know, maybe a little too good of advice from Lil Mama. You know, I'm not accusing her of nothing, but, you know, that's all I'm going to say on that. Next up, Drake said Trey Songz is the greatest, you know, he's the greatest R&B nigga of this generation. Really? Like, for him, I mean, I feel him, you know, they're boys and shit like that. Why couldn't you just say he's the best now? You know what I mean? Like, I know even Trey Songz was probably like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? You know what I mean? Guy got 3 albums out. 3. 1, 2, 3 albums. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure if Drake knows what generation means, though. I think that's where we're having the confusion at. You know what I mean? As far as generation, that's not just for this year. You know, I don't know if Drake knows that. But, and next up, I just thought that was crazy. I mean, back to the Trey Songz shit, you got Usher in front of him, you know what I mean? You got damn Justin Timberlake is in front of this nigga. Like, come on now. You got damn Neo. I put Chris Brown over this nigga, yo. Even with the beating up bitches and all that. And that's the next topic, you know what I mean? The Chris Brown thing. Cass is really kind of going hard at him, you know. Tom Joyner, I listened to his morning show. He's saying he's not playing Chris Brown records, you know. I was kind of disappointed by that, you know. I mean, if he was not playing Chris Brown and Rihanna, I would be cool with that. But for you to just not play the Chris Brown shit, I think they're going hard at the guy, a little too hard. Like, what about the shorty? You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure the Trinidadian shorty probably hit your man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure it wasn't just she did something that made him mad, so he's manhandling the joint. Like, the nigga weighs like maybe 155, maybe 160. You know, I don't really see him as the tough guy type. Maybe I'm wrong, you know, but I think it should be even. You know what I mean? Like, girls shouldn't hit dudes, and dudes shouldn't hit shorties. I don't think we should be discussing that. Everybody should know that. If you don't know that, you might want to get a rope, get a chair. You know what I mean? And get the fuck out of here. This is my personal opinion. If you don't know that, but he's young, you know what I mean? Young, passionate relationship. I mean, if you've been young before, you can understand, you know? Like, I'm not saying that it's right, not at all, but it's life, you know what I mean? Like, come on, yo. Try to help the guy. Don't try to, you know what I mean, hate on him and all this shit, especially from black radio, you know what I mean? White radio is not doing that. They're not banning this shit. I mean, you can say you trying to hold them to a higher standard, but when shit is cool, are you still there for him? Are you still concerned with Chris Brown? That's just a question, you know. And that's it. I'm gonna holler at y'all niggas next week.